It is February 29th, 2020. We're here at 4212 Bayard Street, San Diego, California, 92109. We've pushed our camera all the way out. We're right here looking at the city line in the alleyway, the end of this lateral for this property. We're going to go ahead and pull back on the camera now. This is Greenbell PVC pipe that the city contractors installed to replace the clay that would have once been in here, or clay concrete combination. Multiple turns right there, and here we're going back into clay pipe. So right here was an area of concern from another camera company. This is a transition with multiple turns and multiple angles. So as we push forward again, you can see we're passing through some heavy 45s, even what's called a 60-degree bend turn. Another turn right here, right at this transition piece here. Push through this one more time. We're hanging down at about a 30-degree angle. And as we come back up through here, we're about half of that. So they definitely just put two fittings in a row. We're at about a 14-degree angle hanging downward at a pitch. Typical pitch is going to be around 2.5 degrees, which is a 1/4 inch per foot. So it looks like they just had to use a couple multiple turns, so they basically have an angle you can't achieve with normal pipes. They have two fittings in a row here trying to achieve this downward slope to make their connection off the city where the clay is, because they won't go past the property line. So it's a full fitting right here. There's just debris on the edge of the hubs of the pipe, but there's no pulling apart or separation of the joints. So it's just the angle that the pipe was installed in with these two fittings and these turns in a row. So things are just catching because they're flowing over and then making a quick turn. So there's definitely nothing wrong with this section of pipe right here. We're going to go ahead and pull back. There's another area of concern as we come back through the clay here. You can see that's another just rough turn edge. Now we're at about 4 degrees, so now we're back to a standard downhill slope rate for the pipe. That's a hub transition right there. Again, it's a turn as well in the line. So now the standard pitch fall rate. Headed back in the house. Here's this T-fitting. This T-fitting was used to make a turn. It's not that it's picking up the secondary lines. It's just what they use sometimes to make a full 45 or 90. They'll use a Y or a combo fitting. Line is all clear. It is vacant. It's dry right now. We're going to run some water in the line to test for a spot that we're coming back up on, see if it's holding water, but we're going to check it all as it's dry right here. Still in clay pipe, 4-inch in diameter. Here's our ABS transition to then right here our cast iron. Nope, a little bit more clay still. Let's push forward again here. Such an overall clean clean hub. It's just slightly offset, just a minimal amount, but it's negligible right there. But we'll put some water in the line and see how much it holds. Clean it back up here. You can see the top of the pipe there, so the ABS is just slightly lower. We're now here in the original cast iron section that was left, probably right at the foundation wall, and we're back into the new ABS that was installed under the house. There's a Y fitting dumping in. They must have put a clean out that spot on the crawl space or a test plug. This is the cast iron here. Transition back in. So go back forward here quickly. Here's our ABS. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video. We're going to put some water in the system, see if this is holding water. Okay, so we flushed both toilet one time. Unfortunately, there's no toilet paper in the house because it's just staged since it's being sold. So we can only run liquid water down the line. Back up on the line. Here's the water's traversing down the system. There's a little cast iron here. Here's where our original dump was, our transition. So we're going to go back into this again. Clean transition there. There's our plastic ABS again. So here's our little pool of water that's hanging out due to the slight misalignment, miniature offset. But very, very minimal. Camera rides right over overall. Should never be an issue, but we'll go ahead and double check the location of this. Should be under the back deck, we believe, past the foundation wall. Again, everything looks clean at this turn in the system. We're almost flat. And here we make our downward turn and we're dropping it about an 18-degree angle there.
That's what that looks like.
Here's this other turn. So again, we're right now we're sitting at about a 12-degree angle. And then with the turn on the system they create right there with that fitting, we're down to about 31 degrees. So it's a 16th bend turn. So that's why you're seeing that piece there. It's not that the pipe is separated or broken. It's a transition on the line. We're going to come back to the ABS. So we're going to pause the video while we pull back, and then we'll go ahead and relocate the transition ABS. It's holding just a small pocket of water.
Where did you determine that bunch was there?
So we have this marked out in the back. We'll move our camera out once we get there, so it's a very minimal offset. I don't think this is going to lead to any type of stoppages or buildup or probably even require maintenance, but we'll go ahead and show on the camera where we've got it under the deck. It's a few feet off the wall and from the deck, which is about 2 feet 4 inches in length before you get to the dirt. Then it's another 2 feet below that. It's where the pipe's at, below the covered grade. We're going to push forward again, double check. The other inspection company said they noted a small crack, I think on part of the clay, but I didn't notice anything in our initial push out. So we're going to go ahead and check one more time here. Spot. We're going to go ahead and pause the video for a second.
What's your for that too?
He did. They provided it. And what was it? I think it was probably 7 mil. So when you said we take turns, 2 cages, 4 in cage, out of time. 60 minutes.
Okay, so I just don't see any concern here. This is just the boot that the pipe is in. There might be a fissure line there, but we don't have a full-blown crack or break to the line. May not even be a fissure line that's there. It's so minuscule. I can't even say. I mean, this is a high-definition camera, and it's not even picking that up, so I just don't see anything. So they'll have to look at their old camera if they're worried about inspection, but not finding any concern here at this hub with a crack in the line. Look at the next section in case there's anything else. And here's our turn, our 16th bend back down into the PVC green bell. So it was just the clay that was a concern. We'll back up again one more time. Our lens is off. Again, that's a 16th bend. Here's this hub. 8-degree pitch down to a 13-degree pitch, so they just have it cockeyed slightly. It's probably why it's not completely full port, but full port for clay is twice as long as ABS, so it's not a concern. But we're at a 15-degree pitch right now, and then that's this little sweep right here. We come back and we're dropping at a 7-degree pitch. So the construction worker just simply put a slight tweak, literally, or an angle on that hub. So we've got a 7-degree little axis change right there. So that's why that's not full port. That's pretty common in clay. Turn right there, same thing. Now we're down to almost 0 to 1 degrees. So same thing, they just tweaked it in the hub to create a slight angle. Now we're back to our 0 to 2 degrees, so just no issues there. Come back across again. This clay is all fine. These hubs are all full port because it's all flat, so it's carrying that 1 to 3 degrees. Okay, so this is just a very small little lip from the ABS. It's just slightly lower both here where it transitions back to clay, and as we back up right here where it comes from there. So this piece that was installed right here, so this T-junction. It's very, very minimal. Foundation wall. There's our ABS test. Then we're going to turn, come back into more original cast iron. And now we're coming in for our drop back up for this clean out. So we're going to go ahead and pull the camera all the way out. We're going to transition and just move over to the markings to show where the slight offset under the deck is. So this is the clean out on the north side of the building. There we're facing west towards the alleyway. We'll go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, so we moved over to the back deck here. So what we have are some red and yellow discs on the ground on the decking here to show the path of the pipe. So right by this chair you can see that red triangular disc. When you come across, we have that circular yellow disc, and then back behind the other bench is the other red disc. So essentially those three discs in a straight line represent the path of the pipe. And the yellow disc is what represents right where that plastic ABS is with that miniature offset. We don't feel it's an issue. I don't think that's going to lead to stoppages. It's so minor. It is very negligible. But that's where it's at so that everybody knows. So we have our doorway here leading from the kitchen dining. We have the other doorway right there from one of the bedrooms. We have that window. So essentially, we're looking over from the window. It's about a foot to the right of the window. And right at that yellow disc, which is approximately about 2.5 to 3 feet from the wall's edge, from this deck, the pipe is 4 feet 3 inches deep to the bottom of the pipe. Now this deck is raised, of course, off the ground by quite a bit, almost 2.5 feet, a little under 2.5 feet. So the pipe, once you get to the dirt under the deck, is about 2 feet below the top of the dirt, maybe even a little less, and that's to the bottom of the pipe, a little less when you're digging to get to the top. So that's where that's at, in case somebody did in the future ever want to go ahead and shift that up. We don't feel it's necessary at this point in time. I doubt it's going to lead to stoppages, causing any toilet paper or feces or food debris to clog up and bind up there and lead to a stoppage, but just so everybody's aware. So that concludes this recording.